What's up, you guys? This is JYoungGo2 back with another video. And in this video today, if you saw the title, then it is the truth about the Sacramento Kings. And before I start this video, I want to let you know this video is some high research video. It's more so just of my own personal opinion about the Sacramento Kings. And just being completely honest, because really in reality, this team doesn't deserve a bunch of research to make a video on them, because what they are is simply what they are. For the Sacramento Kings this season, the future, seemed to be going into a somewhat better direction. They had Tyrese Halliburton. They drafted him the last season before that, and he was a really good player for them. And he was actually one that they can actually build a future with, him and De'Aaron Fox. Backcourt making a lot of noise. But sadly, of course, he was traded away from the Kings to the Indiana Pacers in exchange, of course, for Sabonis. Let's be completely real. They just wanted him now because they wanted to be in a win-now situation. And adding Sabonis, he's been an all-star and he's a pretty talented player overall. But if we had to be completely honest, even adding him on the Sacramento Kings team isn't going to make them a contender or a playoff team overnight. And I don't even believe next season, when they have a full season with him on the roster, I still don't believe that this Sacramento Kings team will be a instant playoff contender. Now, if I'm wrong about this, then I'm completely wrong. But just looking at the history alone of this Sacramento Kings franchise, things aren't really pretty. And adding Sabonis, what is that going to do? It's not going to do anything. Think about when they had DeMarcus Cousins on the roster. DeMarcus Cousins was a top 10 player in the league while he was on the Sacramento Kings, and they still couldn't build a contender around him. And now, that they have De'Aaron Fox especially, and he's in the midst of about to be in his prime and playing some of the best basketball, and how insanely he's grown as a player, I still don't think that this is going to be enough for them to compete out in the Western Conference. And I believe for De'Aaron Fox, he's going to have to make a major decision for himself in the next few years. Is he going to stay on this franchise and try to compete, or is he going to go somewhere else? And if I'm him, I'm going somewhere else, because this Sacramento Kings team, they've shown and proven over the last decade. Mind you, this team hasn't made the playoffs in a very, very long time, since 2006. And guess what? We've seen no success from them since. And trading Tyrese Halliburton to the Pacers made it no better. You're trading a guy who had the potential to be one of your franchise's best players, and now he's on the Indiana Pacers team heading into a somewhat better direction. And he's already averaging 20.8 points, and he shot 60% from the field already during his time with the Indiana Pacers in just 4 games. And this guy wanted to be on the Sacramento Kings. He wanted to actually compete and help this team become a true contender again one day. But sadly enough, the Sacramento Kings decided to move on from him and move on from their young talent in general on their team. Of course, they had to trade away Marvin Bagley because of all the drama and things that happened with him on their roster. To mention, of course, Buddy Hield was also involved in the trade to the Indiana Pacers as well. So for the Sacramento Kings team, they've proven over the years, even with some of their best players, that they cannot hold on to talent, and that something always tends to go wrong for them. And for DeMarcus Cousins, obviously, as we all know, he's just the perfect example of it. He's the epitome of it. He was really their best player they've had in a very, very long time, and De'Aaron Fox is really now reaching to those levels. And it's good to see that, he wants to be a loyal guy and really bring his all to the Sacramento Kings team and support everything that they do. But sometimes, eventually, when the winning column doesn't show and the losing column is higher than that, then it's really time to really decide on what he's going to do for his future. And if I'm him, and if things are continuing to be the way they are, even adding Sabonis, as I said earlier, which I don't think is going to help them actually win in the long run, then they need to decide to move on from De'Aaron Fox, to be honest. This season, he's only averaging 21.8 points per game, and compared to last season, he was averaging around 25.2 points a game, and his efficiency has dropped. A lot of things for him has dropped this season while on the Sacramento Kings team. This hasn't been the best season for him. Well, if the Kings aren't going to really build great talent around him, then I don't believe that it's really worth pursuing building a future with De'Aaron Fox on this team. This guy's 24 years old. He's about to be in the midst of his prime, and he's their franchise player. And well, he hasn't been surrounded either with the best pieces on their team to compete. So, you know, this guy, he's going to be a really loyal guy, I believe. And that's very similar to DeMarcus Cousins in that way. DeMarcus Cousins was a very loyal guy for the Sacramento Kings team, but they could never find success with him. So we will see what definitely happens. And, you know, they did get Domantas Sabonis, as I said earlier, and I still firmly believe that they won't be a better team with him. Sure, they'll be a better team to win and be in a win-now situation, but with all the talent and teams out in the Western Conference, I just don't believe that the Sacramento Kings will really make a splash next season, really, when we fully get to see them play all together. And, well, you know, this team, well, history just shows they've had 11, I believe, head coaches over the last decade. They haven't really had a winning season in a very long time, since 2006. They've drafted highly in the NBA draft several seasons, but failed to keep the talent and develop talent in the right way. So, you know, the future the thing just says for itself. I mean, they just traded away Tyrese Haliburton, a guy who could have been your franchise player one day, or one of the best alongside De'Aaron Fox, and make an amazing backcourt with him. And they trade that situation away. And now, once again, they're putting themselves in a situation where they're going to be stuck and they're going to have to rebuild even more again. So, look, man, the Sacramento Kings, they're not going anywhere anytime soon with this team and with this roster. The only thing I can really tell you now is that we will see what happens next season with them. But that's really all I have to say today in this video, man. It's not a lot to have to say about the Sacramento Kings because, well, we all know about the history of this franchise and how bad of a team they really are. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video today. Don't forget to leave a like and subscribe to the channel for more videos each and every single week. Have a great day. Peace.